Good, Bruce? Now, I know this is going to be a record setter today. All right, so we can all get out of here. Understand it. We do have the awards for our team awards. We had Dennis Bird Award for most inspirational player went to Demario Davis. And these were all voted by the teammates. The one that isn't is well, not all of them. Kyle Wilson won the Marty Lyons Award for community service. And Tommy Bohannon won the Bill Hampton Award, and that's for a rookie that acts like a professional in the locker room. That was by the equipment staff. Isaiah Trufant won the Ed Block Courage Award, voted by teammates. And we had the Kyle Clifton Good Guy Award. I think we had a solid choice here. One guy on the list for us, Nick Folk. Just kidding, but Folk Hero won that one. And then the team most valuable player voted by teammates was Muhammad Wilkerson. So those are the awards. And with that, fire away, please. Okay, off of a win, I understand all the great questions about, well, what was good about it? Well, let me tell you what was good about it. I appreciate you bringing that up. What was great about it is we're down 10-0, and then to come out with 24-3 from that point on, I think showed that how much better we played. Obviously, we were struggling early in that game, but that jumped out at me, and that was that was a good thing. But facing this team, we talk about, and I talk about how this team has improved, and I see that this team going in the right direction. And I think this is an opportunity to see how accurate that statement is. Because the Miami Dolphins at home were 6-2 at home, 9-2 in the preseason. They whipped us pretty good. And when you look at everything we talk about that's important, runs and completions, 62 to like 34 or something like that. I mean, just like almost doubled us. Turnovers, 3-1. Quarterback passer rating, 3 times. So it was, it was ugly without question. We got to go to their place. We understand what's on the line for their football team. But this would be a great, opportunity for us, albeit, we played them, 4 weeks ago or something like that. But we'll see if we're better. And we'll see how much better we are. And I think, I'm confident our football team is better. But the challenge in front of us, I think, is obviously going to be, is going to be big. It's a talented football team we're up against, both offense and defense, and special teams for that matter.
Greg, how did Sheldon Richardson come out of the game, and is he all right? Can you read that?
Yeah, no, he looks fine. We'll have the injury report tomorrow for you, but I think Sheldon will be fine.
On that road, it was a road game, and Gino has admittedly struggled on the road. And I know you can't eliminate that pick six from the overall evaluation of the Carolina game, but up until then, was that in some ways his best road game because of being careful with the ball? And can you, if that's the case, can you kind of project that, he's kind of maybe turned a corner, even with that pick?
Yeah, I think the best road game for everybody was probably the Atlanta game. I think Gino in particular had an outstanding game. But, certainly I think we see us, making strides, on the road and things. And Gino did. Obviously that pick six was wasn't a good play, but we'll see how we do. This is, I like the fact that this game is, you're going to have a playoff-type atmosphere on the road because this team is, obviously competing to get into the playoffs. So I think that'll be a good experience. I hope it's a good experience, but it's going to be a challenging experience, and we'll see, how we react to that.
The last time you played Miami was probably Gino's low point, considering you pulled him out at halftime. Do you think, in retrospect, that may have helped him in a way, or was some sort of shock of reality or wake up call, or how do you think it may have helped them?
I think it may have helped them just for sometimes you sit back out and you have a chance to see it from a different perspective, and you know how hungry you are to get back out there. I think that was it, but that day when we were struggling as a football team, that might have been the low point of, and we've had some low points, but that might have been the worst one because we really got it handed to us.
Rex, I'm not asking you to address the next contract negotiation with Mo, but I mean, him winning MVP, I mean, is he ascending even faster than you thought? I mean, just the way, and you touted him to the Pro Bowl. I mean, how has his development even been more than you expected? Just how fast?
I think, number one, it starts with the individual. I mean, to make that kind of improvement, to get to that kind of level, it starts with the individual because he's got to have the commitment, the work ethic, all that type of stuff to push himself to be a great player. And so it starts with the player, certainly. But he's had help along the way. I think we got a great defensive line coach in Carl Dunbar. I think has done an outstanding job with them. I think Mo will tell you that he'll get pushed by his teammates. I think they challenge each other over there. It's a great group. It's a young group, but they'll push each other and to try to be the best. Even the young guy like Sheldon Richardson, with Snacks, with Kenrick, with all those guys. I think they really push each other, and I think that elevates guys' play as well.
Right, so it happens all over the league at this time of year. Teams knocking other teams out of the playoffs and whatnot. Teams that, like yourselves, don't have a chance to get in. Can there be any pleasure gained or satisfaction to do that kind of thing, particularly against the division rival?
No, because if you're not in it, it really doesn't matter. We're playing to see how we stack up, to talk about, we've improved. We need to see that. Like that's, and that could be measured, and statistically. But let's see where we're at, and I think that's, that for us is it. And we want to go out and we want to win. We haven't won 2 games in a row all season. We've struggled on the road. We want to see if we can't get that corrected. Obviously against a good football team in Miami, and I think that's what we're looking at. It's not so much about knocking somebody out of the playoffs. I think the fact that you're not in it is painful enough. You're not going to derive pleasure from knocking someone out. We'll get pleasure from winning if that's the case, and that's certainly why we're going down there.
Rex, you touched on this a minute ago, but specifically, how has Sheldon's presence made Mo a better player?
I just think that he's a ball of energy, and I think that's good for everybody. We saw it right away when you put him in there, and I think people are looking and say, man, this guy loves. He runs to the football. He loves to play. He's got great passion for it, and and obviously so do the other guys. But they push each other, and I can tell you this though, when somebody else, like they make a sack, for instance, those guys were always celebrating as if they had made the sack themselves. Like they, sure they want it, and they want to, hey, I got that sack or whatever. But it's about, like, you can see how tight this group is and how much they care about each other, and they'll sacrifice for each other as well. But the presence, of a guy like Richardson, the kind of motor he has and stuff, I think has been good.
Rex, before the season, you predicted that the team's whole would be greater than the sum of the parts. Remember saying that?
Yes.
A few times?
Yep.
Do you think that's the case?
I don't think we've achieved where we would want to, obviously, in the win-loss things. But, yeah, I do. I do believe it's true because, how close this group is and how they push each other, how we work on the practice field and in the classroom. I'd say that's a true statement. Now, it hasn't. We don't have the win total, obviously, that we wanted. That's for sure. So we probably come up a little short there. But I would say that's true in the fact. As we mentioned, we gave the example of Mo and everybody else that we push each other and we're making each other better.
Rex, are you satisfied with the progress that the team has made from the beginning of the year to this point?
Well, I think, again, we have made progress. I don't think there's any doubt. I think we made progress in the classroom. I think we made progress on the practice field. And sure, I'd like to see the win total keep going. I think this week will be a great testament to that. Let's see where we're at. And obviously it's a huge challenge to beat a team like Miami on the road. With all that's at stake for them.
Rex, how do you define a successful season? You mentioned the wins and losses, and a lot of people on the outside, that's how they define it.
Right.
For you, how do you measure whether a season was successful?
Well, I think wins and losses is, the only one that matters is what, is how it looks. But there's other things too. There's, how the team, how the team is, how, is the team getting better on, are their study habits getting better? Are those, all these type of things that maybe, I think will definitely lead to wins and losses, but maybe haven't, got there just yet. And I think we're there, but again, it's, wins and losses is obviously the thing that matters the most. I'm not saying it doesn't, because it does, and that's, I understand that's how, we all get evaluated. I get that, no question about it. But I think there's steps to it